Achieving the female gaze physique as fast as possible is very, very simple. I've broken this down into 3 sections that you can follow, and I've made it as simple as possible. Now, I've lost over 50 pounds in under 6 months. I have made it as simple as possible. I do not have to strain myself, count calories, do all this extra nonsense. I just exist, and the system I have in place allows me to just lose weight fast. And you can do the same exact thing. The first thing, don't skip this, is mindset. I'm gonna keep it very brief, okay? This is the foundation. Everything else relies on this. First is to have belief that you can do it, that it is possible for you. A lot of people have this false notion, and I used to have it as well, that genetics just fucked me up. That is not the case. I think we've kind of set up society in a way to where we gain weight a lot faster because of the types of foods that are shoved down our throats, but it is possible and it's not genetics. If I can do it, you can do it as well. Also, link being healthy to something pleasurable, not something that is difficult, something that you have to constantly work towards, that you're begrudgingly doing it, that you're like, dragging yourself out of bed to do. Enjoy eating healthy foods. And the reverse of that is associate pain with eating unhealthy foods. Associate eating this unhealthy piece of donut with being fat, getting fatter, seeing yourself in 5-10 years having not changed. So link the good stuff to pleasure, link the bad stuff to pain. Okay, this is where things get really explosive. The first step was mindset, but now we're going to talk about diet. This is the crux of it all. This is how you lose weight. First, go on a low carb diet. I'm no doctor. Go talk to your doctor. This is what I did to maximize how much weight I lose. Low carb diet means focus on high protein and high fats. When it comes to fats, focus on healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, tallow, and butter. Also, don't be afraid of vegetables. Get those fibers in, leafy greens, broccoli, zucchinis, stuff like that, but nothing starchy. Here's a little bonus tip if you want to progress even faster or have hit a plateau. Do intermittent fasting to start out. There's 3 types of fastings that I recommend, but the beginner one is intermittent fasting, so that's what I'm going to recommend to you right now. Skip breakfast, don't eat after dinner, and try to have the lunch and the dinner as close as possible of an eating window. Also get your electrolytes in. Just like, I like to throw that in there. Okay, you have started losing weight and you don't have the body that you expected to have. You're not chiseled and sexy and awesome. How do you get that last step of the female gaze physique? Working out, specifically lifting weights. I follow a very, very simple routine. I do compound workouts, and then if I want to make a certain muscle group pop, I will focus on that. So I do chest and I do incline chest. I only have a bench and dumbbells, by the way. I do skull crushers because I want my triceps to be bigger. I do lateral raises and shoulder presses because I want my shoulders to pop. I do curls, like I do hammer curls and regular curls. I do back exercises. I do bent over rows and stuff like that. I think the exact workout isn't necessary. If you want my exact workout, let me know. But I think the crux of it is to focus on upper body, focus on the big compound workouts, and do it consistently. And if you notice that you are weak in a certain area, add an exercise to it or do another set. It's that simple. The last and final thing is also very, very important. It's walking. A lot of people like to go for runs and jogs and whatnot, and that's great. But I've found, especially when you're overweight, you can hurt yourself. When you run, you're putting so much pressure on your body. Even as a skinny person, you're putting a lot of pressure on your body. So if that's not something you enjoy, I recommend just walking. Walking does a lot of good for you. You move a lot, you get that blood flowing. It can be a good way to burn some extra calories here and there if that really matters to you. Completely optional. But I've noticed you just become a healthier person in general when you walk. And those are the 3 categories, the simplest guide to the female gaze physique. You're welcome.